Hello? Hello? Hey, welcome to Life with No Warning. Hi, welcome back to Life with No Warning. I'm your host, Isa. Let me just say, there's a lot of updates. There's a lot of updates that I have not said because the last few episodes I've been with my friend Maya, which I love her. Like, don't get me wrong, I love her. But there was like updates that I needed to do and I felt like I couldn't. But I wish I did. Basically, I remember telling myself, Isa, no. The fuck no, you're not going on Tinder. Like that shit's embarrassing. It's not embarrassing, it's just like I don't even know like the word to describe what Tinder feels like because the amount of people that kind of like shame on Tinder is like, okay, like we get it. And because people shame like Tinder, I also shamed it too because I'm like, oh, I want to fit into society. Let me like start thinking the same. Anyways, I'm newly single. Not newly. It's been like 2 months already being single and I like being single. I think it's good. I think it's fun. I love having crushes. the fact but I was like, you know what? I'm kind of bored. Let me go on Tinder. Like let me download Tinder and that's what I fucking did. I downloaded Tinder. And let me just say, it's weird. It's so weird to have Tinder. It just makes me feel uncomfortable because there's like men that kind of like ask you the weirdest questions, like you feel weird. It's just so uncomfortable. That's the word. It's uncomfortable every second of it. And my friends were like, "No, like you should like download Bumble better." And I'm like, "I don't know about that. I don't know. I feel like Tinder. I downloaded Bumble, by the way, but I ended up downloading Bumble because my friends were like, "Yeah, you should download this one. Like it's better than Tinder and people are less creepy. And people on Tinder are kind of more sexual." And I was like, "Okay, like I'm kind of like looking for friends more than like a hookup or whatever." Um because I'm in a different city, like I don't know anybody, might as well just like make friends too. And they're like, "You should download Bumble for that." Like that. There's like options of like looking for a date, a friend, or just like becoming like come into a community, something like that. So I was like, let me just do it. I download Bumble, that shit's boring. No one has caught my eye in Bumble, so I was like, let me go on Tinder. I know people are freaky there. Like, might as well just get a little hookup. You know what I mean? Life's kind of boring. Like, I need a little bit of spice in it. And I feel like Tinder, there's so many Tinder stories that I feel like it could be a good, like a good story that could come out of that. So I'm like, okay, let me just download Tinder. So I download Tinder. I'm first in a city called Puebla. I'm here like swiping and I'm like, shit, like this is so fucking boring. Like there's no one that's really like there was no one that I was attracted to like physically. I am someone who takes a long time to find someone physically. Like I could fall in love. Okay, an example. We're going to talk about my ex-boyfriend. He is not my type at all. Okay, he's not my type. I just literally fell in love with him because of the way his personality was, like his jokes. Looking back, I'm like, okay, why did I have to like change my likes and people that much to like? But I'm telling you, like personality is like the thing that really gets me. That's the whole example of this part. Like personality can make me fall in love with you. Either like even if you're not my type at all. So anyways, I download Tinder. I'm here in Puebla. I'm like, okay, this is so boring. Let me like quit. And this is kind of embarrassing because the only reason why I downloaded Tinder in Puebla was because I didn't know anyone. And I feel like I have like this crippling fear of like someone knowing me or like me knowing someone and seeing them on Tinder. Like I giggle a little bit when I find a friend. Like imagine them seeing my profile and like little like info about me. I feel like that's just so like embarrassing for me, but it shouldn't be embarrassing. It's like people looking for love, but at the same time, I've always told myself I want to meet someone organically. Like I don't want to be on dating sites. Like I just want to meet someone just like that. But no, girly, like desperate times called for desperate measures, and I downloaded this app. Anyways, then I organized this trip with my friends. A friend of mine that I've known for like 10 plus years. And I was like, okay, she's living in this big city, La Ciudad de Mexico. And I love La Ciudad de Mexico. Like, it's beautiful. There's so many things to do. It's a fucking city. You know what I mean? Like, you could go down at 3 a.m., get a snack at Loxo, and that's so fun to do. Like, here you actually have to walk a couple miles. I don't know. But I love the city. So I was like, okay, I want to go to Mexico City to see my friend, but also I want to see the city. And also, what if I get a job opportunity? Because for like what I studied for, there's more jobs in La Ciudad de Mexico than here in Puebla. So I was like, okay, let me just go. I have Tinder. Might as well just fucking see, because I know there's going to be cute ass boys. Because Mexico City is filled with like so many people from all around the world. And I'm like, okay, like this is my opportunity. I didn't go with the thought of like, oh, I'm going to go on Tinder. Like I went because I wanted to see my friend. And then the next day when I wake up, I'm like, you know what? Let me swipe and let's see like if my like theory of having hotter guys here in La Ciudad de Mexico is true. So I start swiping and I find this guy and I'm like, oh my God, wait, he has a really nice smile. And then I was like, I put like, it was like the first like I've given to someone, which is crazy. Okay. So I give them a little like and then no match. And I was like, shit, okay. Let me just continue with my life. Like, it's fine. He was cute, but like, whatever. So I keep swiping. I find some other cute guys. Not my fucking type at all. I just saw like, like I'm in the city, like let me do something. And so I was talking with my friend. I was like, oh my God, I have Tinder here. Like, do you want to go through Tinder with me? And she was like, okay, let's go through it. And then all of a sudden, actually, no, wait, let me just say something else. When I swiped on this guy, let's call him Dylan, okay? I swipe on Dylan. There's no match, right? And I'm kind of like bummed about it, but I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I remember like 2 days passed. I'm like, fuck, like I really liked Dylan. Like Dylan looked really cool and he was cute. He had a nice smile. So I was like, fuck, like Dylan, come on. And nothing. And then after 2 days, I sit down with my friend. Right when we were like looking through like the messages of like creepy guys texting me, Dylan swipes up and he like, I think he says hi or something. I don't know. And I'm like, oh my God, wait, this is like the guy that I thought that was really cute. And she was like, oh my God, wait, he's so cute. Like, I like his smile. Ask for his Instagram. I'm like, okay. And then I asked for his Instagram. He gives me his Instagram. And my friend starts, like, stalking his socials. My friend, like, takes over. She starts texting him, like, I'm so down to go out. And he's like, okay, tomorrow, to a bar. And I'm like, oh my God, like, this is so scary. Like, I don't know this guy. Like, what do I do? And she's like, just say yes, go on this date. And I'm like, no, fuck no, I'm not going on this date. Like, this is scary. Like, he's cute, but like, this is like my first Tinder date ever. And it's like, I don't know this person. And she's like, no, let's just do it. And then she's like, I'm so down. And then Dylan's like, okay, perfect. The next day, which is the date, I'm like shitting bricks. I'm like, fuck no, like, this is not for me. The whole fucking day, I woke up at 4 a.m. because I was that nervous. I was like, I can't do this. Like, why am I doing this to myself? And then I think I hanged out with my friend that day. We went out. I was like, fuck, I need to like thrift something, like a dress or something. And then my friend is like, no, but my little sister, she has clothes. I try on her dress. I love it. I'm like, okay, this is the one. And like time is coming up. Like I'm getting scared. I shower. I do my makeup. I was like, why don't I film a TikTok? Like this would be perfect. Like, perfect content. Like, people are gonna love this. Never ended up doing it because I got so nervous. I was like, fuck. And I started getting ready really late. So I ended up, like, showering, doing everything. And then I look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, fuck. Like, my face looks busted. Let me tell you, I had eyelash extensions at this point. Like, they're falling off, honestly. They're falling off, but, like, some of them get into your eye. My advice, don't fucking get eyelash extensions. They're cute and shit. Like, they're really cute, but at the same time, your eyes will be red all the time. I don't know if it's because my eyes are sensitive or what the flip, but like, my eyes are red. It looked like I was high. And I was like, no, like, look at me. I look pale. I look pasty. I look bad. I look like I'm drugged. I cannot go on this date. And it's like an hour before, like prior to the date. I was like looking for excuses. I was like, no, like my eyes hurt, like my legs look weird. I don't know. Stupid excuses. And my friend is like, no, you look good. I know she was lying to me. I know she was lying to me. Maya, if you're listening to this, you're a liar. Okay, at this point, I'm like, okay, I think I'm gonna come late. I text him like, oh, I think I'm gonna be late. And he's like, okay, fine. We go in the car. I put Bad Bunny on because that's the only hype music I know. Because Bad Bunny, his music, no words needed. It really does make me feel good about myself. So I'm blasting Bad Bunny. I'm singing it a pulmon, like super loud. We get to the place. He's still not there. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I'm so scared. I'm like, I'm here, but I'm going to Oxxo. And then he was like, okay, fine. And then we go to Oxxo. Well, we were gonna go. But then I was like, no. Like, this makes me nervous. Like, for some reason, I actually analyzed myself. When I'm standing up, I get more nervous. But if I'm sitting down, I'm less nervous. Is that weird to think? Because usually, like, whenever there's presentations, like off topic, but when there's presentations in school, if I'm sitting down in a chair presenting, I feel way more secure. But if I'm standing up, that's when things go downhill and I mess up the most. Or like when I have to like kiss someone, honestly, like sitting down makes me feel more confident for some weird reason. So back to the point, like, he's like, okay, I'm coming, like, I'm almost there. I'm like, oh, I'm so scared. And Maya's like, my friend is like, come on, like, you can do this. Like, why are you, like, because Maya, she says she has social anxiety, but the bitch has no social anxiety. Like, she knows how to interact with people. That's the thing that I hate the most. Like, when people start saying, oh, like, I have social anxiety. No, you don't. You're literally just, like, shy when you're about to meet people, but that's it. Social anxiety is another term, okay? I have social anxiety. If you know me, really know me, you know. So we're in the car because we went to Lux and then I was like, no, let's just go back. So we go back to the place and I see him standing there. And I'm like, you know what? Let me not do this. Let me go back. Like, we have time. He hasn't seen me in the car. I can just tell him that I had an accident or something and we had to like postpone it for tomorrow. And my friend Maya, she was like, no, you're getting out of this car. Like, I could see her face. She was getting mad. And I've never seen Maya really, really mad. So I was like, oh my God, this is so scary. He was standing right there. And then Maya tells me like, oh, text him that you're in the car with the flashing lights. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like, no, Maya, leave now. And he starts walking to the car. And I'm like, wait, no, I can't do this. I cannot do this. So I take a deep breath, which is, you know what? Actually, let me just say this. It's weird because usually when I'm about to meet new people, my heart starts racing a lot. But at this moment, I was not feeling anything. I was feeling nervous, but I didn't feel butterflies or like my heart beating really fast, which is very rare. It's like weird. So I was like, okay. And then I get out of the car, we say hello. And then we start walking into the bar and we start talking about all these random stuff. But the thing that I really loved, was, you could clearly tell I was nervous. But I like to think that I wasn't. Anyways, the thing that I loved was that, we were reading the menu and he was like, I have dyslexia. And I'm like, ah, no fucking way. I have dyscalculia, which is the same, but with numbers. And I'm like, oh my God, like that really just like released, like the pressure was not like no longer there. I was okay. I was fine. I was like, okay, maybe like this person is good. Maybe I shouldn't worry that much. And so we talked about random stuff. We talked about everything. 3 hours pass and I'm like, I want chocolate. So we're like, okay, let's go. But 3 hours talking, which felt so weird. Like, not weird. I usually do that when I talk to someone. It was just very fun. It was very entertaining. Usually when I talk to people, I tend to just focus on what I'm saying and how I look when I'm saying it and like not really focusing on what the person says. So in this moment, I was like, okay, let me just, because I talked about it on my radio show. I was like, how to make friends. My radio show is like basically where like I become more cringier than the way that I am now. I don't know. It's weird. I don't even know what I'm saying. But on my radio show, which I go live every Sunday, by the way, I talked about like, because I have to talk about random topics. And like, this was the most random topic ever, but I did want to change. It's like 2024, you know what I mean? So I was like, I need to open up more. So I made a list of like things you have to do to make friends. And so I start talking about it like in a sarcastic way, honestly. And then on that list it says, don't focus on how you're saying things, but actually focus on what they are saying. Or like don't focus on yourself, like focus on the person. Like not the way that you're looking, the way that you're dressed, or like the way that you're processing information. Literally sit down and actually process what this person is saying so you can actually respond to what they're saying, which is something so basic to do, but for some reason I cannot do that. I usually focus on how I'm saying it, but this time I was like relaxed. I did stutter a lot, which is not weird at all. I'm a stutterer. I'm a stutterer. I don't know. I stutter a lot naturally, but in this case I was a little bit but in this case I was drinking a little bit. So, but in all honesty, like I was a little like tipsy, but not that tipsy. Like I was still aware of stuff. It's just I stutter more. But stuttering is just like my thing, right? We were talking and talking, and then I tell him I want. See, this is what I'm saying. Like that's how I stutter. I want chocolate, and he was like, "Okay, let's go to Luxo." And I'm like, "Okay." So we go out. We're walking to a Luxo, and then I get my chocolate. He pays for it, which is better because in my relationship I had to pay everything. So this is a weird and new experience that I've never experienced in my life. So I'm like, oh my god, wait, this is so cute. Bare minimum, but it's cute. So I was like eating my little chocolate. We're standing there waiting for my friend, and oh my god, this is the cutest part of this whole thing. And I'm gonna be honest, I think about it a lot, and I don't know. We're like talking. I am not making so much eye contact because the OXO light is like right in front of my face and I know my eyes are red and I don't want him to see me like this, like looking like if I'm high or something. And I know my makeup is like all splotchy because I don't know, that day was not a makeup day for me. So I was like, fuck, okay. Like I'm not making eye contact. I'm like making eye contact like really slowly, like but like not really making eye contact, which I hate. But I know I looked bad, so I was like, I'm not gonna fuck this up by making him look at my face and actually see who I really am. So he looks at me and he's like, all shy and shit. He's like, I really want to kiss you. Can I kiss you? Like he asked me and I'm like, oh my god! Oh my god. In that moment, I was like, I do want to kiss you. I do. Because you're cute. Good personality. Loved everything about it. But I say no. I say no because I'm fucking nervous. Let's go back to the standing up thing. I was standing up. I feel like if I was sitting down, I would have the confidence to just kiss him. But I was standing up. I don't know. And then you know what I say to him? I'm like, I actually don't even want to say it because it's embarrassing. But I said something stupid. I like blacked out at this part. I was like, okay. Like it wasn't awkward. I'm making it awkward. I feel like it wasn't awkward at all. Like I was just like, oh, I don't know. But we start talking again about something I don't really remember, and my friend comes up and I go with her. I say goodbye. I'm like, thank you for the date and everything, and he's like, okay, bye. And then like I go in the car, I explain to my friend what happened, and she's like, oh my god, that's so cute. And I'm not even kidding, I was thinking about him and everyone on Tinder, the rest of them, like people were trying to link up and shit, and I was like, yeah, but not really. And then I matched with someone else, we'll call him Dan. He was like, oh my god, like, what's up? And I'm like, okay, hi, what's up? And he unmatched me, which fucking broke my heart, because he was cute. He was cute, too! I was like, whatever. And so, I kept, like, trying to link up with someone, but, like, it's not me. And especially, like, people that speak Spanish is something that stressed me out the most, because I can't communicate. I can say everything. I just talk slower, and I look more stupid. Like, I'm not even lying. A lot of people in my university or, like, people in my high school, because there was, like, a Spanish-speaking place, they're like, you talk really slow. Like, you are kind of stupid. And I'm like, I know. I literally have to think in English, process it, like translate it to Spanish. So obviously, I'm gonna sound fucking stupid. Anyways, then after that, like 3 days pass, I think. I'm like he probably thinks, he's probably not even thinking about me. Like I need to stop. Every time, I'm not saying I have a crush on this person. I'm just saying it was like fun and I made it like a new friend at least. And I'm like, okay, now what? Like now what? And I was like, I think I texted him saying like, oh, because the night when we went out, I was like, we should take pictures and stuff. And he's like, yeah, it would be fun, whatever. So I text him like, oh, like you want to hang out? And he's like, I can't really. And I'm like, let me never say anything ever again. Let me just never say anything again. Like I wasn't embarrassed. I just felt like, okay. Like that's the thing that I don't like about like, I don't know, guys. I haven't been single for 2 years. And I love being single, but it's like whenever I have a crush on someone, which I'm not saying I have a crush on this person, because I've only met him once, okay? But what was I saying? I completely blanked out. Oh, but when I have a crush on someone, I'm not saying I go psycho, but I make this person know that I like them. That's like my tactic, because I start being very cringy, very loud. Like, not speaking loud, but like on social media and shit. It's like kind of embarrassing to look back on. Like the whole example of like my crush that I talked about on my YouTube channel, and then he saw it, and then he knew that I had a crush on him. Like I'm not, like I'm saying, like I don't even know, but I'm really loud about it. Like I want this person to know that I like him, because I want to see what their reaction is, instead of like me actually going up to this person and telling him like, oh, I like you, and then like be rejected in front of my face. Like no, I'd rather just see it from afar. If he replies to my story or something, like that means he like, you know. So I don't know. Like when I have crushes, it goes crazy. It's kind of scary. I hate myself. Like I need to shut the fuck up. I need to shut the fuck up because I keep like sending messages to my friends and like my sisters. I think they're just so bored of it. Like they're so over it. But when I have a crush, I'm telling you, I go a little bit crazy. And I don't even know. I don't even know what I was gonna say. But anyways, so I keep thinking about him because it was a fun moment. It was a fun conversation. It was fun. Hopefully he thinks the same. What if he doesn't? And I'm just like, whatever. It really doesn't matter. This is my diary. I get to say anything. And you get to listen to me talk about everything I'm thinking about. But the day I leave, I'm like, wait, I had this idea of filming a matcha video because I love matcha. I'm obsessed with it. And I'm in a city. Why not like go search for matcha places? So I'm walking and I find this random place. I think it's the fucking universe. It's the universe. It's so scary because I find this place. I see it when I'm walking and I walk past. I'm like, I already walked past it. Like, I don't want to awkwardly like go back into the place and like kind of see it. So let me just go back to my friend's house and like scratch this matcha video. It's so, something in my head, something in my body stops. Like I stop physically and I'm like, wait, but this place actually looked really good. Like I did not see the reviews. I did not see anything. I just saw a bunch of people inside, like quickly when I passed by. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back. Like I need to stop being the way that I am because I'm too shy to ask for a fucking matcha. Like that's who I am. That's a real me. That's what I'm saying. I have social anxiety, okay? Like that is the definition of social anxiety. So I'm like, okay, let me go back and let me actually go in this place. So I go back, like walking 10 minutes back. I walk back and I go inside the place. I'm like, like this looks like a good matcha place. So I'm like, okay, let me get a matcha latte. I turn around and you know who I see? Let me give you a minute. I see Dylan sitting at a table. And I was not prepared. And that's the thing about me. When I'm not prepared for situations, like, I have to know at least a day in advance, like, when I'm going to meet up with someone. I turn around, I see him there, and we both are like, with our mouths, like, wide open, like, oh my God. so many emotions to process in this moment. I was like, okay, what are the chances that I meet this person there? What are the chances? I was not going to be in this coffee shop. I was already walking 10 minutes by, if that makes any sense. Like, I was already walking. And then I come back because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go get a matcha here because I feel like it's going to be good. And I see Dylan there. Like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? And so, oh my God. Like, I kind of want to erase this part because it makes me cringe. It makes me cringe so much. Like, we just see each other. I'm not prepared for this situation. He's like, oh my God, hi. Like, let me introduce you to my friend. I'm like, hi, whatever. We sit down. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm filming this matcha video. And he's like, okay. But like, in the moment, I was actually texting someone very important. So I was like looking at my phone, which I know is really bad, which caused like some silences. And I was like, fuck. Like, I need to respond to this really fast, which is so stupid. I should have just put it down. But I think I was also really nervous in the moment. I was like I was not prepared for this. Like, this is not something that I am. Like, this is not usual for me. Like, I need to go away. And so I was so nervous. I blacked out, honestly. I don't know what I was doing. And he was like, blah, blah. I think he tried to continue the conversation, but I was like, you know what? I gotta go. Like, this is too much for me. Like, my brain is not processing anything, which I hated because I did want to talk to him. I was thinking about it the whole time, the 3 days. I was like, oh, I want to talk to this person again. I had my, like, moment. I think it's because his friend was there too, and I didn't want to, like, I hate having conversation with someone and then, like, a friend being next to them and not, like, participating. I don't know. It just, the whole thing was so awkward for me. And to make things even awkward, I was like, I gotta go. And I grab my matcha and I leave. Right? I leave. And then when I arrive to my friend's house, I stop for a moment. I'm like, I'm forgetting something. I am forgetting something important. Guess what? I literally stole the matcha that I had in my hand. Did not pay for it. Not a single penny for it. And I'm like, I need to go back, but I don't. Like, I can't go back. Like, that's embarrassing. I can't. This is too much for me. And I was like, oh, I'm here already. Let me just go inside. Let me go to my friend's house. And I'm like, fuck. How did I leave the place without paying for matcha? Like, I feel so bad. And then my friend was like, oh, shit. Like, he's probably going to have to pay for it. I'm like, oh, my God. No. And so I think I texted him. I was like, oh, sorry for that awkward whatever. Which I feel like I kind of regret because I was like, why? I have this thing where I have to explain myself. I have to explain myself for every, like, awkward social interaction that I have because I don't want this person to just, like, not want to talk to me ever again. You know what I mean? So I'm like, let me do this, which I do to everyone that I meet. He was like, oh, don't worry, I paid for it. And I'm like, I feel so bad. Literally feel so bad for this person. And I'm like, Dylan, I'm so sorry. He's like, okay, it's fine. And that's where we left it off. It was like, I don't know, like, when was the last time I was in Mexico City? Like 3 days ago, 4 days ago? I don't even remember. But it feels like it's been weeks since that interaction. But I hate myself because I did want to hang out with him. I was literally gonna tell him, do you want to hang out, like, walk around before I leave? Because I had to leave at 5, and this happened around, like, 1, 2, I think. And then the whole day I was like, okay, this is embarrassing. Like, I kept replaying again and again and again the scene, which my brain apparently loves to do. So it was, like, doing that again and again. And now I get, like, random flashbacks of the situation. I'm like, I gotta stop. Like, my brain needs to stop doing this to me. But that's it. And that was a whole interaction. I loved it. This is my first Tinder date. And I have really high expectations now. And hopefully you're not listening to this. Hopefully you're not listening to this because I feel like, actually, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Yeah, I want to still text you. No. Maybe I'll just, like, bleep that out because that's kind of, no. You know what? No. I want to text this person. Period. I want to text this person. But the thing is, he's in California. I'd love to go to California. I have friends. I have my fake cousin Vivi that lives in San Diego. Honestly, and I need to shut the fuck up. No, but it was, like, really fun. I also got to have more knowledge in the frat guy things. I was looking for like a charming word for it, but like can't think of anything. Being a frat boy is crazy. That is a very crazy experience. Apparently it's like top secret, so I can't say anything about it, but it's an experience. And I don't know. I kind of do want him to listen to this episode. I actually want to sit down and ask him what he actually felt during the matcha incident. Like, what happened? What was he thinking? Was he weirded out by my actions? Like, I need people to tell me their interactions with me. Like, what do I need to work on, you know? But yeah, like, that was my first Tinder date. It was exciting. It was fun. Embarrassing. Dude, think about it. It was a fucking universe. Like, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. The way that I passed this matcha place, I was like, nah, let me just go to my friend's house. And then something told me, go back to this place. And I find Dylan there. You can't tell me that is not something weird. That is definitely weird. But yes, again, that was my Tinder date. But I feel like that's just going to be the last one because Tinder has been very dry. And I actually, like, it kind of grosses me out to have Tinder. Like, I kind of want to delete everything. I actually ghosted my account because, like, one of my sister's friends, they said, oh, like, I found your sister in Tinder. And I'm like, oh. Like, which is not a bad thing. It's just, like, I don't know. Like, Tinder just in general just makes me feel kind of disgusting in a way. Maybe that's not the word exactly, but it just makes me feel uncomfortable. And I'm like, ugh. Like, the thing is, I just want to walk into a coffee shop and just find someone there and, like, talk to them. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. But I guess it's time for Media of the Week. Media of the Week. You know what I'm watching right now? I saw Netflix just came out with this Dating on the Spectrum. And first of all, I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, why are people making money out of things like this? Like, this is weird. And then I watched it. I watched the first episode, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is kind of good. This is really good. And then I find this girl in episode 2, which she gives off the same vibes as me. Like, she is on the spectrum, but I think she's, like, on Asperger's. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. I think she has it. I don't know. Which is weird that I don't know how to say it because, you know, we all know. But I saw her and she was like kind of acting the way that I act in a way. And I was like, whoa, this is kind of like fun to see how she will interact with other people. And she interacts kind of like me. And I'm like, oh my God, wait, this is kind of fun now. Like, it's kind of like a little experiment where I get to see how I act in a way with other people. And it was really fun. I find it like very interesting. So if you want to watch a TV show and you're like into that like whole finding love TV shows, watch Love on a Spectrum. I was kind of offended in the beginning. I was like, why? And then I kind of like, I was actually watching it before going to talk to you. So I was like, let me just talk about my Tinder date. Let me just talk to my friends right now. So Love on the Spectrum is a good TV show. I watched Society on the Snow, La Sociedad de la Nieve. I think that's how you say it. I don't even know the title, but everyone's obsessed over this one guy, the main character of the movie. I watched it when I was like going back from like Mexico City to here. And I watched it and it was too stressful to watch. I was like, why did I download this? But I was like, now I understand every girly out there right now that's obsessed with this person. I don't know what his name is, but I know he's from Honduras. So I'm like, the accent is kind of cute. So that movie is also really good. If you like airplane crashes and shit like that and like surviving, like this one is for you, honestly. Music-wise, very much into Kali Uchis again. I loved her album Isolation. The Yotzi the my neck, Yotzi the my neck, like that is a really good song. I think it's called Teeth on Your Neck. I don't know, but that Kali Uchis is beautiful. She is the OG. I want to see her baby already. It's gonna be the cutest baby in the whole fucking planet, and I cannot wait to see her. I want to be a tia already. And what else? Guys, I think that's pretty much it. There's no more other media that I'm thinking about. Will I go on another Tinder date? I don't know. I don't know, but that's like pretty much, I think, the only way that I will find friends here, because I don't know. I don't fucking know. But it was a good first Tinder date. Like, honestly, this has given me high expectations for other dates, which I know I shouldn't, because I've heard so many weird Tinder stories that I know like this one is like up here and the next one is going to be low. Like really low. So, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's all of the little thoughts that I have in my head today. I feel like I have something else to say, but I can't really think of it. I just wanted to say thank you so much for listening. You know that I love you. You really do. Like, I just love you. There's no other words to say. I love you. Thank you so much for listening to me stutter, be annoying. Hopefully more date stories, so I can actually give dating advice. Like good dating advice. But yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that is it. I love you so much, the moon and back. Love you, and I'm gonna give you a little kiss, a little goodbye kiss. I love you. Mwah. Bye.